The late afternoon sun cast long shadows over the dusty road. For the golden retriever, the world suddenly went dark. The screech of tires, the last sound he heard before being shoved from the car. He tumbled onto the dry grass, his paws scrambling for balance as the black sedan sped away. He barked, a desperate, confused sound, and chased after it, until his lungs burned and the car vanished at the end of the sunlit road. Then he stopped. He was alone. He was abandoned. The sun sank without mercy. Dust dulled the dog's once golden fur as hunger gnawed at him. And with nowhere else to go, he wandered toward the city. In the full light of day, the streets were crowded and loud. A blur of legs, hurried footsteps, and impatient faces surrounded him. Each time he approached someone, tail wagging with a fragile thread of hope, he was met with indifference, a sharp gesture to move away, or a muttered curse. Exhausted, he stopped in front of a brightly lit restaurant, its glass windows glowing in the afternoon sun. The scent of warm food drifted through the air, making his stomach twist painfully. He stepped closer, but the warmth was not meant for him. A man in a white apron stormed outside, his face twisted in disgust. Without hesitation, he delivered a cruel kick to the dog's ribs. The golden retriever let out a soft whimper, barely audible amid the traffic and voices of the busy street. He staggered back and fled into the shadows of a narrow, filthy alley. There, behind a row of rusted dumpsters, he met Elias. Elias was a man the world had forgotten, much like the dog. He sat slumped against the brick wall, his clothes tattered, his face pale. A deep hollow cough racked his thin body, echoing faintly in the alley. When the dog approached, shivering, defeated, Elias did not shout or strike him. Instead, his tired eyes softened. "Hey there, old friend," he whispered, his voice trembling. "Lost, are you?" With shaking hands, Elias removed the worn gray scarf from his own neck and gently rubbed the dust from the dog's fur. Then he reached into his pocket and pulled out a small crust of bread, his only meal for the day. He broke it in half and offered it to the dog. Under the fading afternoon light, two broken souls shared a meager meal, and what little warmth they could find, pressed together against the cold brick wall. As the sun dipped lower and the city lights flickered on, the rhythm of Elias's breathing began to change. The dog felt the man's body grow heavy. Then, still, he nudged Elias's hand and licked his face, but there was no response. The coughing had stopped, replaced by a frightening silence. Sensing the approach of something far worse than loneliness, the dog knew he had to act. He raced out of the alley, his paws slapping against the pavement as he reached the main road. A police cruiser was slowly patrolling the area. Without hesitation, the dog ran directly into the street and stood firmly in the path of the car. The cruiser screeched to a halt. The officer stepped out startled. The dog did not run. He barked urgently, then sprinted toward the alley, pausing to look back until the officer followed. "What is it, boy?" the officer muttered, quickening his pace. "What did you find?" They found Elias just in time. An ambulance arrived, and as paramedics lifted the unconscious man onto a stretcher, the dog refused to leave his sighed. At the hospital, he waited silently in the hallway while the officer searched the missing persons database. His eyes widened. Elias was not simply a homeless man. He was a successful architect, a beloved brother, who had suffered a mental breakdown and vanished months earlier after a tragic accident. When Elias's brother arrived at the hospital, he didn't just find a sibling. He found the quiet hero who had saved his life. A week later, the world looked completely different. The golden retriever, now named Goldie, ran across a sunlit lawn, his golden coat shining, and his eyes bright with joy. Elias, healthy and strong in a tailored suit, knelt down laughing as Goldie leapt into his arms, showering him with kisses. Sometimes the ones who are lost save each other, and kindness is all it takes to find the way.